Hello guys, welcome to Kpop Talks. I'm your host, Aladdin, and today we're gonna do our top 50 singles of the year. Now you say top 50, you made the top 30 early on during the year. But the reason why I made the top 50 was I realized there was a lot of really good songs, and I didn't really want to leave like 10, 15 out, so I ended up putting 50. There's still gonna be an honorable mention. They will appear here. I screenshot them. It's like not a lot of songs that I end up like letting out of the list, but instead of making 60, I thought 50 was good. And these songs overall, thinking about it, I enjoyed them, but would I put in my top 50? A couple of them like battle for those last 2 or 3 positions, but I think when it came to the other ones, I think they had no chance. So it's gonna be a very long video. Let's get right, at least in the first 5 we can get right to it, because then I have to go out and I have to come back later during the night and record the rest of the video. Number 50, we have Taeyon with Ddo Gak. Similar to my top 30, they're in the last position. Still a really good debut by a small company with clear ideas of where they want to go, and I think we're a very, very talented bunch of artists, and a really good single to really leave your mark in the industry. Number 49, Lee Chan-hyuk with Panorama. A half of Akmu comes back with his second, I think, single as a soloist after being back from the military. People clown him because of his antics, but his artistry is undeniable. He comes back with one of the best vocal performances of his, one of his best actually written songs, and with a pretty solid production to put up with all of that, and to give us one of the most memorable, I think, for me personally, songs of the year. Next we have number 48, we have Dan aka Dan featuring Amber Liu with Bleed Me Dry. One of the most fun listens of the year, hyper nostalgic in terms of the production, the 80s style, really good rapping by him, the flow is sick, Amber gives a great vocal performance for the chorus to give us one of the most fun collaborations of the year. Number 47, BIBI, Motor Speed 24. An artist that for me can be very up and down, and even though this year I wasn't her biggest fan when it came to her full-length album, I still really appreciate the effort she can put in songs like Motor Speed and other singles from her albums, but specifically this one, to remind you not only she's one of the best singers, but one of the most talented young artists of the industry. And on top of that, she had also a lot of really good collaborations, which they're gonna appear later in. Number 46, NCT Dream with Glitch Mode. Me, a fan of an NCT Dream single, crazy, but Glitch Mode is super fucking fun to listen to, slick production, and a very cool chorus to give you one of the best bangers of the year. Number 45, Zello Deadline. He was very hot for me in my top 30 of the mid-year list, but I listened to the song longer, it grew less and less on me, but still, Zello gives us one of the best rap songs of the year. It's just that the rap quality of the year has been so high later throughout it in the months that Zello unfortunately goes down for me, but still one of the best songs of the year easily. Number 44, Yua, Laylo. At first I didn't want to put this one. I thought about other songs from her EP. I decided to go for this one because it's the catchiest, it's the fun one to listen to. Yua is having one of the best run as a solo artist, and I don't think people are talking about it enough. Number 43, Purple Kiss with Mimi M. Mimi, obviously. One of the best songs of the year, super catchy. Purple Kiss is somebody that I think people are not talking about enough, and also they come back with a fun song, slick production, good vocals that are and a very, very memorable chorus for me. Number 42, one of the biggest collaborations of the year, Crush featuring J-Hope with Rush Hour. 2 artists that come back, Crush after the military, J-Hope after having one of his best years as a soloist, to give us a really fun listen, super dope hip-hop production, really good rapping, really good lyrics, and a pretty solid chorus as well to, you know, close and give us a really, really good present for the year. Number 41, Zico, who also came back from the military this year, and I wasn't sure to choose this one or maybe another song, and I decided to go with Soul Drift. Super slick production, love his fast-paced flow, his sweet vocals, memorable track, I think, in my opinion, and hopefully this kickstarts to a second year where Duke is gonna be fully present throughout it and give us amazing songs. Also, he's gonna have a group debut under his own label, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Look at this party, baby. No man's gonna make it. No more.
Homie featuring Kane and Owen with Still Trapping, one of the hardest hitting hip hop songs of the entirety of the world. Dope production, insane rapping, really good flows, and a memorable song. A song that I listen to every time when I want to get hyped. It's fun to listen to, and that's the way it is for the entire project. Credit to Chilling Homie, credit for all the artists that were part of this project, because it's fucking amazing. And Khan obviously was the main rapper for most of the songs. Really good. Number 39, XG, Mascara. Avex comes into the K-pop industry, they talk their shit, and they were right. Mascara is one of the most impressive debuts I've seen from a Japanese K-pop group in a very long time. Dope production, full-length English song that actually makes sense, that has a start and an end with lyrics that actually you can follow, you can be behind, and a group that seems to have personality in their members. You know, they all stand out in their own as an individual, and I think that's really important if you want to have your say in the K-pop industry. Number 38, J Park with To Life. He leaves the K-pop industry, at least, hip-hop industry in Korea, as an owner of Higher Music, AMG. He still's around for the most part, but this song is an ode to everything he has done before, to everything he has to do later, and to the people that were with him in the journey. One of the best rap performances of the year. 37, Soar with Sharp Object. She leaves Cube, she talks her shit, and she backs it up with one of the best debuts from a solo artist in my opinion, a very long time. Dope production, very good vocals. We all know Son can sing, and on top of that, pretty solid lyrics to follow with. I've been following Son's career with, you know, complete and constant devotion and interest, because I think she has the potential to do some really great music for us in the future. Number 36, Choiza featuring Tama with Family. A song about the love of family, about the love of animals, which it's in full display in this music video and in the song, and it's a beautiful song. It's wholesome. It's rare to find something this wholesome, and again, we go back to what I've always talked about. Content. This song is content, something he cares about and he talks about it. Relationship with parents, obviously with animals, and specifically animals, cats, dogs, crocodiles, squirrels, it doesn't matter, anything. And it's a beautiful song, great vocals by Tama, who confirms, as we all know, he's one of the best vocalists in the world. And number 35, ENHYPEN, Polaroid Love. As much as I somewhat criticize this group here and there, I think they have a lot of potential. I'm just scared that hype might hold them back. But Polaroid Love is actually a really fun song in my opinion. Upbeat production, really good, I think, vocals, and I think on top of that, for me, it's one of the most memorable songs coming from their, I think, latest album, if I'm not mistaken. Number 34, YURANUS with Bring It On. Another dope banger of the year. YURANUS keeps being one of the most consistent and I think is slept on groups in the world. Definitely underrated. Their numbers are there, but they're not getting talked as much as they should, in my opinion. Solid production, insane chorus, one of the best ones of the year, in my opinion. And I think the rapping here is fun. 33, Epic High with Grace So Grey featuring YENA. I mean, one of the best vocal performances of the year by YENA. A good rapping. Normally this is what Epic High does very well, and as much as I wasn't a fan of their latest full-length project, this song is why Epic High is one of the most, if not the most legendary act in Korean hip-hop history. Simple as that. 32, Kang Daniel with Parade. Another one of the best bangers of the year. I love listening to this song. The chorus hits really hard and his vocals are fucking amazing. Kang Daniel proves, hey, I'm the biggest guy Produce 101, I go in a small label, I have my vision, I collab with the right people, and guess what? We make some of the best fucking music you'll see in the industry. So to me, there isn't really much to talk about apart from the fact that Kang Daniel is and will be probably the biggest artist in Korea at one point. It's a matter of time at this point. Number 31, Brave Girls, Thank You. Didn't talk as much about this song in the past, definitely dropped a lot for me, but it's still one of the best Brave Girls songs ever. Brave Girls is a group that people are not respecting enough, and I think they've closed a couple of years of amazingness, and I expect a great 2023 from them as well. Hopefully the Brave Brothers and their company keeps being honest to them and being correct to them and giving us amazing music and making them the money they deserve. At number 30, Ha featuring Justice and Dynamic Duo with DDKD, one of the best collabs of the year. Ha confirms as being one of the best rappers of the year and as one of the most talented artists to see, and his full-length album proves that. Super fast-paced production, really fast-paced flows that make sense, good lyrics, and amazing features as always by Justice, who and the Dynamic Duo guys that keep being consistency personified as well. Definitely curious to see what he's gonna do next, and give him credit, he seems to be a versatile artist. When he debuted after I think it was Show Me the Money, I didn't expect him to have this type of... Let's keep going with number 29, Say with Talk to Me Nice. One of the more interesting songs of the year in my opinion. I love the jazzy R&B inspired production, great vocals by her, good I think mashup of English and Korean, mostly English I would say. It was really good, and yeah, it's a memorable song, a song that I didn't listen to as much maybe as other songs behind it that came out earlier throughout the year, but it's a song that I really appreciate and I really like, so it deserves to stay in the top 30 in my opinion. 28, we have Chungha featuring BIBI with Crazy Like You. Again, one of the best collaborations of the year. Great production, even though it's very simple. Very good feature by BIBI and an amazing vocal performance by Chungha to give us one of their best tracks from her solo album from this year. Number 27, we have Treasure with Hello. One of the funniest and most fun and happiest songs I've heard all year. Amazing production, great vocals, and one of the catchiest choruses I've heard in a very long time. I can see this being in a huge festival and people going crazy for it during the summer. So yeah, it's gonna be a song that's gonna make them a lot of money even in the future. Number 26, Taeyon with I Am View. People tend to forget about Taeyon. You know, she's an old school idol in that sense at this point, but she's somebody that just makes amazing music overall. And she hasn't stopped. She's been doing this for years at this point, and every year she comes back, or somewhat every year, maybe 15 months, she comes back to remind everybody why she's one of the best soloists in Korea. Very simple. Number 25, Alexa with Baek and Vogue. Didn't expect to have this song this high, honestly, in my list at the start of towards the end of the year, but then this song came out and I was like, this song is fucking amazing. You know, Alexa came back, she's making the numbers, and on top of making numbers, she's really reminding everybody why she's one of the most interesting prospects in K-pop. You know, even though her career started a little bit rough, it says it's here a little bit more stable this year, and hopefully it's a good setup for 2023 to be her big leap and to go to the next level. Number 24, another good collaboration, JUKJAE featuring Yerin Baek with Lights. Amazing performance by both of them, probably the best of the year. Amazing feelings by emotion that have been portrayed by both artists. Very good production that complements the vibe of the song, the emotions we get here. An amazing song. JUKJAE this year really made me a fan of his music. Number 23, PH1 featuring Blase with YUPPIE TING, another great collab. PH1 not only had a great year in terms of solo stuff, collaborations, but his album is really good. And I think YUPPIE TING is kind of a good representation of what he was able to do this year. And I think it's one of the best singles, hip-hop singles of the year. Really good. Also with some decent singing by PH1 as well. 22, RAVI with Block Party. RAVI is about to go into the military, and what does he give us? He reminds us why he was one of the best rappers in Korea. With Block Party, a fucking amazing banger, amazing flows and really good lyrics. When RAVI wants to rap, when RAVI wants to run to people, why he's a great rapper, he can do it. Especially his flows are really good. They're actually quite rare in general, even outside of Korea. It's rare to find an artist who's able to flow this well in a song that makes sense, you know, and he's just not rapping fast for the sake of rapping fast. Number 21, Wow with Roller Coaster, another really fun song of the year. Super catchy, bubbly, girly as fuck. Every time I think about a song like this, I think of colors like pink, orange, purple, like in general songs that I correlate with happiness, let's say. And Wow really represents that very well. Somewhat of a group that people don't really talk about as much, a little bit under the radar, but you know, they get the numbers, they have their fan bases, which I think at the end of the day, that's only the thing that matters. And then we get to number 20, HYNN with You're My Life. I could have went maybe one more singles type of cuts, but I decided to go with this one. I was impressed by her vocals here, by the chorus, the kids chorus was really good touch as well. One of my favorite songs to listen to when I just want to chill and enjoy a little bit and have a little bit of a moment. You know, HYNN reminds me specifically to why she's one of the best artists in Korea and one of the most underappreciated artists. Go listen to her music, become a fan, and come back, you'll probably tell me I was right. In the top 20, we start with number 19, YENA, SMILEY featuring BIBI, another BIBI feature. But I really like this song, it just makes me happy. It's just show YENA in everything, you know, they didn't try to change her style, they didn't try to go with a more edgy approach to be more mainstream, and yet she's making the numbers. Similar to Yuri, they have their lane, and I love to see these more and more idols starting to go solo. It makes sense. No point in going under a company that is gonna treat you like shit, and being in a group where, especially if there isn't that bond, it can cause a lot of issues that you're way more popular than everybody else. Look at what happened, for example, with a group like Gugudan. Even though they had a possibility, it didn't work pristine. You know, I mean, there's very few groups that really work for them after a show of this magnitude and after you reach a certain level of success. But it's a super fun song, hyper memorable chorus, fun production, and overall I think a song that really stays with you if you're a fan of this type of music. Number 18, Pentagon with Feelin Like, one of the best like slick song of the year. Amazing production, elegant, aggressive. I love the production changes that HARVEY decides to do on this project. Different styles, different sounds, different concepts. They're not scared of trying different things, and I love that about Pentagon. I know HARVEY wants to go into like a boy group survival show. I don't get it. I think Pentagon has to realize they're never going to become the biggest group in Korea, specifically, or really grow that much, specifically after the whole like YENA and Don fiasco, which turned out to just be a relationship that YENA is just going to be fine from it. But I mean, Don, wherever he's going to go with it, we'll see. And I think for the guys, they really hurt him, even though I think now they're way more stable than what they were after 2018, 2019, 2019 when that happened. Was it 2019? I think it was 2020. So regardless of that, you know, I'm really happy for them, but I wish they would sell more, because it's not like they don't get any streams, they're not just really selling as much as they should. Number 17, DeVita with Hit Your Hard Body Kane. I don't think I've heard anybody speak about this project. One of the best projects of the year, one of the best singles of the year. And DeVita again reminds everybody why she's a fucking incredible singer. You know, she could improve always on the lyrical side. I'm not gonna sit here and act like she's like a SZA or something, but she could become somebody like that, you know, with time, with improvement. And I think she has that ability to really do that. Amazing vocals, really. Like DeVita's vocals are crazy. Definitely do yourself a favor and go listen to this amazing music. Number 16, in New Jeans, I decided to pick Attention out of their main singles, and the reason is very simple. I think it's their most like memorable single. If you're getting into it, people have been picking Hype Boy or Cookie. I think Attention overall is their best single. Amazing production, great vocals, interesting concept, and give credit to them, give credit to Hype, who've been failing quite a bit this last year. I think when it came to their like more newer groups, you look, for example, what they're doing with End Team in Japan, you look what they're doing with what they did with the A-Team Rookie in Korea. They obviously, a lot of things are not going to where they're supposed to, but New Jeans is a great moment for them. Now I expect them to do worse next year, because I look at their streams and they're getting hundreds of millions, and on YouTube they're getting 30 million views. I don't think that's sustainable in the long run. I think that because even now releasing Ditto, which they did right now, they obviously don't care about becoming hyper mainstream. So because of that, I expect them to drop down a little bit more, but it seems like the quality is going to stay where it is, and Attention is one of the best songs of the year, deservedly top 20 in my opinion. Number 15, IVE with Love Live. As much as so much I've criticized Won Young and stuff like that, and I felt like their success is somewhat fabricated because of how much people actually just buying these albums to resell them or for like other purposes. Regardless, even the whole fiasco of Hybe trying to buy, Starship trying to buy like a music bank victory over Lee Mo-yeon simply because you can accept the fact that he's way more popular than them in Korea. Like there were some fiascos here and there by Starship, but overall their music is really good. I think Afterlife is their best song till this date. It's different, it's fun, amazing production, great mixing. Their vocals are all great. Definitely I hope they don't end up in the Blackpink situation where they make the same music every time, because it's very easy when you're getting the success that they're getting and Won Young is being pressed as the face of the new generation, which she might be, but again, I don't see what people see in her in terms of talent, in terms of looks, because she's obviously very good looking, but looks don't make you a great idol. I think it is something that in Korea it's still very, very hard for people to understand. Korean K-pop fans, in general K-pop fans, I would say, regardless if they're Korean or not. And number 14, I think the other group, which maybe slightly had better music than IVE, which is SSERAFIM with Fearless. Great song, amazing, super memorable chorus, really. You know, it's a group that people expected because of, you know, Sakura and stuff like that, but even though with the controversies and one of the members ended up leaving because one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, the way it was handled and everything, it's clear that Hybe ended up succumbing to public pressure. It's obvious that this other girl, I forget her name right now because I'm really bad with names. It probably wasn't as bad, but they didn't really want to spend the months defending her, so they said first yes and then they changed their mind. But Fearless keeps being one of the best songs of the year, one of the best bangers of the year, and a song that I think sets up a nice divide between the pre and the post that is this year, I think, for girl groups in general.
What you looking at? What you looking at? What you looking at? What you looking at?
13, HEIZE featuring George with Sad Ending. One of the most heartfelt emotional songs of the project by HEIZE. An amazing vocal performance. George brings in a great feature. I didn't know who George was. I'm an idiot. Definitely have to go check about it. But HEIZE, again, after her struggles with health, after her struggles with, obviously I think her mother also has some health issues. It's nice to see her back making and remembering people who the fuck she is, because independent of what people tell you, HEIZE is and will always be one of the most iconic K-pop artists of all time. You know, fortunately, you know, destiny was not always with her when it should have been. You know, I could have seen her becoming as big as a Jessie right now if things in our life didn't happen, you know. But you know, sometimes life gives you certain things that you don't want, but they might benefit you in the long run. You never know, really. Number 12, J-Hope with Pandoras Box. I mean, if you look at my videos, you might think I'm a BTS hater somehow, but I'm really not. I think individuals, specifically the rappers, are very talented, and J-Hope's with Pandoras Box won everybody why he's not only my favorite member of the group, but why he's one of the best rappers in the world, and one of the best producers, not producers, like one of the best artists, hip-hop artists in the world. Pandoras Box represents, I think, his new album the best. Raw lyrics, amazing hip-hop productions, and a very, very clear idea what he wants to do. Amazing job by by J-Hope, who keeps remembering everybody why he's really, really good. Now, unfortunately, like many BTS members, fan bases tend to be too much, like, oh, HYBE's boycotting him. I just don't think J-Hope in general makes music to sell as a main thing. I think he just wants his music to be listened to. I know he has made so much money, he doesn't even know where to put that shit, so he's probably just chilling. If he cared about making money, it will be more obvious, like when he did Chicken Noodle Soup, for example, which obviously was something was meant more for money, similar to when BTS did that song with HEIZE. It wasn't really natural, at least for me, compared to, for example, when BTS made a song with Charlie XCX or Juice WRLD, felt a little bit better for me personally. Number 11, Crucial Stars with 100 bars rather than 100 words. The best rap lyric display of the year in Korea. Dropped quite a bit simply because there was other stuff that I listened to, and I think overall I've enjoyed more, but still on the best rap, if not the best rap song of the year. Even though I have a rap song above it, it's not better, just that I really just spammed that song all year since it came out. But Crucial Star is the best rap display in Korea by far. I think he's lyrically probably the most complete rapper and the best storyteller in my opinion. Number 10, STAYC with Run to You. STAYC, really solid group. Run to You is the peak of what they've been doing till this point. Really film production, I like the way they mix their vocals and the production and the way they played around with it. But it's something that STAYC does a lot similar to Purple Kiss as well. Number 9, AshB featuring Lee Young-ji with Girls Back Home Now. You might say, how is this song so high? I love that beat, and I love AshB, honestly. She's like my Rico Nasty of Korea, right? Even though they make two different styles, she's like that for me. But it's like raw lyrics, pretty good flows, and people really underrate her as a rap lyricist. I mean, even if you listen to things like Boss and her latest EP, and now she's dropping another project. I know she's gonna drop another song. I think she maybe dropped a song today or like yesterday. But amazing job by her, and Lee Young-ji gives a nice vibe, contrasts very well with her lyrically and like artistically and sound wise. Obviously she has a way deeper voice, even though Ash has a deeper voice, it's more like forced. Lee Young-ji's voice is that naturally, but Girls Back Home is one of the fucking songs that I've spammed the most throughout this year. Is it better than this? Is it better than Crucial Star, J-Hope's? I mean, Really Chilling Homie? No, but I simply liked it more, or I simply listened to it way more than these songs. It's very simple for me. Number 8, still solid in the top 10, Song Soo with Love Me or Hate Me. Super young artist, I think she's 18 or 19, comes out with one of the most interesting and I think one of the most well done, if not the best done version of pop punk I've heard in Korea. Solid production, nice pop rock production with really good vocals. I love how they distort her voice, and one of my personally most memorable songs of the year. Came out right towards the start of the year, and I pretty much listened to it throughout the year. I didn't forget about it, I didn't stop caring about it, and I didn't stop craving for her music, which is what, at the end of the day, I think it's a good sign if you want to have fans in the music industry more than others, you know.
Or hate me.
And next you have Triple S with Generation. I think this is acid rap from Asia. I think it's the Acid Asia from whatever they were called. And Acid Angels from Asia, okay. Oh my god, this song is amazing. The production is nostalgic but modern, new and old, 80s, a little bit of 2000s, but also some 2010s. Great vocal performances, and one of the best, probably the best chorus of the year in my opinion. Even if I look above it, maybe there's one or two contenders for that. I think overall it might be the best chorus of the year. And Triple S, even though this specific unit ended up disbanding because they didn't sell 100k, hopefully they can keep the same quality with the other units as well. Simple. Number 6, Amber Liu, Lately. The most heartfelt song of the year in my opinion. A great letter to people that are not here anymore, you know, that we think about sometimes when things are difficult, you know, and how you would want them next to you. And you know, you can interpret the way you want who it's dedicated to, but I interpret for myself as well, you know, and the mistakes that I made in my life, sometimes feeling that you're never adequate enough, right? But Amber, again, with this type of song, shows me where her ability truly is, because she's an amazing talent and she's one of my favorite idols, probably my favorite idol of all time, you know. Very simple.
I guess I don't know who I am anymore, singing all these sad songs.
Number 5, we enter in the top 5. We have the XG tape number 2, GALZ Cypher with COCONA, Maya, HARVEY, and JURIN. I mean, what do I have to say about the best bossy cut, the best freestyle of the year from Korea? It's easily the best. And people say COCONA, rightfully so, because she had the best verse by far. But Maya, JURIN, and HARVEY are not like idiots. Like probably HARVEY, even though she's the worst, she does good. And Maya and JURIN, I think, are pretty good as well. Obviously, COCONA's verse is ridiculous, like lyrically, vocally, flow-wise. Her pace changed. At one point, she changes her flows to based on what she's trying to do and stuff like that. It's fucking impressive. Avex is gonna dominate this industry. I just have a feeling, you know, like I think Avex knows what they're doing, and I think this is just one of the many. You know, Avex is one of those like more on the crazy side of like music compared to your average label. That even for Koreans, I think they look pretty extreme, even though they're really not. Compared to like a WAC, for example. Number 4, still very strong. I think they dropped one position if I'm not mistaken. Big Bang with Still Life. What am I supposed to say about this song? A song that ends, I think, a generation, ends a group, makes us realize we're grown, but they're still there for us, and we'll hopefully stay with them from a spiritual sense of view of point. A group that went through so many things. They suffered, they got shadowed, they got cheered, everything. Big Bang will never be forgotten. When I say that Big Bang deserves to be in that conversation for the greatest group of all time, it has nothing to do with sales. I mean, they are the Beatles for their country. They are those type of acts that just will never be forgotten. I mean, you saw the video of people at the baseball game singing a Big Bang song. They were young, old people, kids. They knew them. But that has nothing to do with getting spammed or fans like spamming YouTube videos of views. Nobody cares. It's just bigger than that. And I think sometimes, not only BTS, but I think K-pop fans in general have to understand that when specifically when we focus so much on money, money does not carry a legacy. And I'm happy that Big Bang realized it. I mean, do I have to talk about the best part of the song, which is obviously my man Top. Incredible part. That song, my bias. I love that song. You know, like, of course, Taeyon does an amazing job. Of course, you know, GD. I don't even say it, but Top for me really hit me because, you know, people forget Top almost committed suicide. Almost died from suicide. People forget this every time, but he tried to commit suicide and he couldn't. He luckily got found still like on the floor and was able to be saved. But he could have been Jonghyun before Jonghyun, you know, and luckily he was fine. Unfortunately for Jonghyun was not the same, and unfortunately for Psy was not the same, you know, and he cannot be with us here today. But I'm happy that he turned his life away. Now he's trying to go to the moon. I love that shit, or Mars or whatever. I love it. Like he's living life to the fullest. But having said all of that, easily, if you just talk about importance, it's probably the song of the year. But I've preferred 3 songs above it that not necessarily better, but it's songs that to me probably just speak about the group and where they are right now in their careers. And as we get right into it, we go to Red Velvet with Feel My Rhythm at number 3. And Red Velvet is a group that, hey, they've had their share of scandals. You know, Joy is dating openly, Crush, Yerin is doing her thing. When he had a terrible accident that really delayed the group, Yerin with her scandal where she pretty much was treating like shit this makeup artist. It was never really clear what happened before or after, but that ended up losing her career for a year. Sugi, I'm pretty sure, just took a step back. She probably felt a little bit overwhelmed. She's also, I think, one of the older members, so it makes sense for her, and now they're back. Rhythm as the entirety of the project, I think sums up very good the way I see Red Velvet as simply having the best discography in K-pop history. I think it's pretty simple for me. I've been thinking about different groups, about different about eras, and honestly I don't think it's very close. And every year that it passes, every year they drop an amazing single, an amazing album, amazing ideas, and they change. They don't stray away too much from who they are, but they change, they try. They are the group that made Peekaboo, right? They're the group that made Psycho. They are the group that made, for example, Bad Boy, and then they make really, really Bad Boy. They make Ice Cream Cake. They make Zimzalbeam. They make Feel My Rhythm, right? They make Red. They don't care, and they have that happiness. They have that range that no group, I think, in K-pop history has, while keeping the consistency. Give credit to the girls, give credit to the producers, the writers, everybody, because this group has had no flaws, I think, in terms of quality of music. It's actually incredible, and they've been around for almost 8 years, guys. It has to be a level of actually in 8 years, my bad. You have to have respect for them. There's no excuse anymore, guys, in my opinion, to say anybody else BTS because they sold more, like that. No. Out. Red Velvet has the best K-pop discography ever, easily. Not even close. And I'll talk about it when the album's review will come out. At number 2, we have the best collaboration of the year, I think, jhnovr featuring Ha from Ddo Gak. This is the song of the night. This is the song of the lonely. This is the song of the people that are going through some things. This is the song of the sorrowful, but this is a song also of hope. This is a song that at the end of the day you can really make it out. The music video perfectly represents that, him alone in this alley at night, in some old Korean market, old Korean alley, with his beautiful vocals by Ddo Gak, in my opinion. But Ha's performance is amazing. Amazing, from the rapping, the vocals, and again I love how at the end he gets out of this alley to go back into the city. You know, one of the most impressive songs I've heard in probably in my life, but specifically in K-pop. I think songs like this are very, very rare. Nobody listens to this song. I think if I go on YouTube right now, I don't think the song gets like a 50k view, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Oh. This song has 14,000 on YouTube views. Ridiculous, by the way. And you know, if I go on Spotify, let's say, this song has 30k. Like, how's that possible? And how is a huge artist, by the way? It's pretty big. I don't get that at all. Like, if I look at HEIZE music, like, he's getting 1.700, he's getting his million. Like, he's doing his thing. Respect. But nobody cared about this song. It's ridiculous to me. Like, but hopefully, if even 10 of you see this song, understand what you're witnessing. You're witnessing incredible music that you're really gonna see in K-pop. Simple. And talking of music you're never gonna listen to K-pop, Soo Young, URANUS close it out. After I think 9 years of not making music, Soo Young's back with one of the best songs I've heard in my life. Incredible vocal performance, great, I think, fusion of classic Korean traditional music and more modern approach to pop music. And incredible song. You know, it makes you fly to a time that you didn't even know it existed. You know, it's fantastic, but grounded to reality. It's in the past, but also in a past that it's so far-fetched you can't even imagine, right? It's such a multi-layered song in its simplicity that I just can't say anything apart from the fact that Uranus easily probably the best song of the year. Probably is the best song of the year for the guy. Nobody listens to this song. I'm pretty sure it has some like views on YouTube. Now I'm just searching for like just sake. It has like 60k or something, and actually it's 300k on YouTube. But ridiculous performance. One of the most impressive songs of the year, easily in my opinion. Not even close. I didn't really find a lot of songs this year that had this vibe. I know those Yuna's Rain song, for example, had that. Like there was a younger artist, like Minwa. I think Minwa did that a little bit. Yeah, Mansell's an artist that I really enjoyed did that. But I think the way Soo Young did it is like just the touch of like the legend. Easily was the same way for me 4 or 5 months ago. It's the same way right now. Soo Young's Rain is by far the best song of the year.
이리도 길게 여운이 남아
And this was it for the best songs of 2022. Overall, I think it was a really fun list. Originally, I was only wanted to do top 30, but then I was like, there's so much good stuff to not include it. It's gonna be a long video. I don't know if I'll part it in two, but I have to wake up early tomorrow and edit it, and then I have other things because it's Christmas, so probably be a little bit busier on the normally. But hopefully, I can edit, and then in the afternoon I can shoot my like probably start writing the video about like about the year recap, and then like probably by Tuesday, Thursday you're gonna get the album list. You're gonna definitely get all the worst songs of the year. It's gonna be a little bit easier to do in my opinion, even though I have to do a little bit more research, but I have already like 3 or 4 songs in my mind, so half of the top 10 is pretty much done. And then when it comes to the albums, I'll keep it shorter, top 15, 20. There is many albums that I was like hyper surprised about, and I think for the worst albums I'm going to keep it to 5. And if I can do these videos every day, I'll be done by the 30th, and by the 31st hopefully I can also record I can partially record throughout the week like different aspects of what I thought about the year in K-pop, and maybe if it doesn't come out the 31st, it'll come out like the first week of January, 100%. So, you know, be ready for it if you watch this video and you care about it and you like this one. I mean, I love that. Thank you for watching. The 2, 10, 100 people that watch one of my videos, for example, really enjoyed all you watching my content. I'm doing it for fun, mainly. You know, hopefully to build a community if I can ever do it. Maybe I'm not good enough, but you don't lose anything by trying. You know, at the end of the day, these type of videos take me time to like really trim more than anything. They're not hard videos to edit. Like, these only harder because I have to like download parts of YouTube videos, but for the most part it's gonna be an easy video for me to shoot and to edit. Definitely the recap will be a little bit harder, and I think will be a little bit more research for me personally from an editing standpoint. I mean, said all of that, I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time. And obviously, happy Christmas and have a good day for the most part.